This is a response to Carrie, who shared a video about her pens. I have been using fountain pens since I was probably 11, 12 years old, maybe 13. And I use a fountain pen pretty much daily. And I wanted to share some of my pens, most of which are not fountain pens. But the two pens I have going on my desk right now is this one right here, solid metal, fairly fine point. I am generally not a fan of fine point, but that one I have black ink in it right now. And this one, which I've had for many years, it's plastic, medium nib, and I have sepia ink in it right now. Those are the two in my pen holder on my desk being used. The two in the desk drawer waiting their turn as I rotate through is this one, which is all metal. It's very pretty. This is the finest point that I have. The next one is the oldest one I have currently in use. I got this from my parents as a Christmas present. I was out of college already. I'm going to say this was probably in the late 1990s, mid 1990s. Yeah, probably mid 1990s. It has, I don't know if it'll focus on that with the lighting. Right there's my name engraved in it. And beautiful. This is a Waterman fountain pen. This was part of a set as a matching rollerball pen, and I went through one or two refills on the rollerball, but I'm really not a rollerball fan. But this I've been using steadily for decades. So those are the fountain pens. Here's the inks. Diamine sepia. I'm using this because once I buy something, I'm pretty much going to use it, but it is my least enjoyable to use. It is just a little too light in color. Diamine sapphire blue. This one is very nice, enjoyable to use. This is one of my favorites. Diamine saddle brown. Wonderful shade of brown. Use this a lot. My personal checks, I get a style called, I think it's just called antique or something. It looks like very old brown paper, and this ink is wonderful combination for that. So I like using this when I sit down to pay bills. I am old-fashioned and I write checks to pay my bills. I need to move this. I got to open my desk drawer to get an ink I forgot to get out ahead of time. Okay, sorry about that delay. Private Reserve DC Super Show Blue. This is the only ink I get in cartridges. This was an attempt to replace my favorite ink, which was Parker Penman Sapphire. That's no longer made. To get that as new old stock off eBay is hundreds of dollars per bottle, and I'm just not going to do that. So this is the closest I found as a replacement for that. It's very nice. And again, it's the only one I get in cartridges. I have Waterman Serenity Blue. This used to be called Florida Blue. I used to get this in cartridges when it was Florida Blue. Now I get it in a bottle. And the old standby of Parker Quink. This is my black ink. This is my second bottle of this I'm going through. My first bottle of Parker Quink I bought in the 1980s at a little office supply shop in Angola, Indiana called Moody Office Supply. And I bought that to use with my dip pen. I seldom ever use the dip pens anymore. And I have, these are the inks and the fountain pens I currently use. I do have some older fountain pens that are tucked away. For college graduation, my parents got me a Levenger tuxedo pen, which was just beautiful. I used it for decades, and then it broke. I'll show you where it broke. Right here, where the threads attach. I still have it because it's beautiful and it was important. My parents gave it to me for college graduation, but I'm no longer able to use it. So I only use the fountain pens sitting here at my desk. When I leave my office, I have a pen in my pocket. I rotate through them, and let me show those to you. This is just a standard 4-color Papermate. It has the Inkjoy ink, which is very nice to use, very smooth. This is one of my VFW pens. VFW sends these out every few years. Just a standard clicker ballpoint. This is the only fountain pen I usually carry with me when I leave my office. It's a Pilot Varsity. These are meant to be disposable, but I actually remove the nib and the post here and refill the body. This has right now, I believe it's the Diamine Sapphire Blue in it. But these are only a few dollars, and meant to be disposable, available in various colors. Another VFW pen. Good old Papermate Flare, green, medium. Rotring 600. This uses the standard Parker refill. This is all metal, very solid, heavy duty, great pen. The Bic Crystal, the classic. This is in a light blue. 1.6 millimeter. I believe this is called the Extra Bold. Had these for a long time, just get refills. This is the Pilot G2. Most unfortunate name because a standard Parker refill is the G2 refill. But this is a Pilot G2, which is completely different, not interchangeable. Unfortunate naming. This has blue in it right now. Over the years, I've used blue and black and red. This is an Otto Raise. It uses a standard Parker refill. It's patterned basically on the Parker Jotter. It's not as sturdy, not the quality, but a nice pen. And here we goes another Bic Crystal classic. This is black. This one is a fine point. I'm generally not a fan of fine point. Here we have the Zebra F701. This is one of the old styles, all metal. It came with the metal refill. When that ran out, I took a paper clip, fed it through this end, popped out a white nylon insert that's in here, and that enabled me to put in a Fisher space pen refill. This has a medium point blue Fisher space pen refill in it now. Just got interrupted there. Hopefully these edit back together okay. Continuing on with the ones I carry when I leave. This is a Papermate ink joy. It's from a company. Sent it to me. I do some work for them. It writes well, but the quality is not good at all. I got two of these. This is the one that's left. One of them literally just fell apart one day. I don't even know where this came from. It's just a stain. As you can see, it's bent a little bit at the end. Just a cheap clicker ballpoint, but it writes really well. This pencil, I use a pencil a lot when I'm working as a chaplain. This is the Zebra Delgard. It's designed so that if you put pressure, I don't know if I can do it so you can see it, but there's springs in there, and the cover comes out, protects the lead, makes it very hard to break the lead when you're writing. This is, I again don't like fine writing. This is the 7/10 millimeter. This was not made for the American market. If you go into an office supply store or a drugstore carries these to buy a Zebra Delgard, you're going to get it in the 5/10 millimeter. This is, I ordered this off, I believe, Amazon. I was able to find it for the 7/10 millimeter. I really like it, but there was a big quality problem. Probably, I don't know, 4th, 5th day carrying it and using it, you might be able to see that big crack right there formed where this screwed on, and if you push the button to advance the lead, this just all came off. So I shot some super glue in there, screwed it back on. That fixed the problem. It'll just never unscrew again, but that's fine. The lead feeds through here and pull out the eraser. It didn't affect the working of the pen at all. My super glue repair, or pencil, my super glue repair didn't affect it at all. It's just a very nice mechanical pencil, and pretty much the only one I use. Another classic Bic crystal in the extra bold 1.6 millimeter pink. This pen right here is what I used throughout my undergraduate degree. It's a twist. It's got a refill in it now. I used up the original. It's got my name in it. You can barely even see that anymore. This was a gift from my parents. I don't know, high school graduation, Christmas, birthday, something like that, around that time that I was getting ready to head off to college. So again, this is part of a set with a mechanical pencil. Mechanical pencils put away, I still use the ballpoint. Another classic Papermate Flare medium in blue and in black. The Zebra G301. I love these. 7/10 millimeter. I go through lots of refills. I alternate between blue and black refills. I have one of these in the inside pocket of my jacket all the time as a backup in case the ink runs out on my other pen I'm using. And also in the pocket with this, I carry a refill in case I have to resort to this and the refill runs out, because these refills run out pretty quickly. So I always have that with me. The Skillcraft U.S. Government ballpoint. If you're a United States military veteran, you know all about this pen and how great it is. I was able to buy a dozen of these 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm set for life on these. All kinds of design features in this that apply to the military, as far as the length on charting distances on charts and stuff. The refill, when new, will write for at least a mile, and it'll write over water, over grease, so a dirty piece of paper doesn't slow it down. Just a great basic ballpoint. Okay, the Fisher Space Pen AG7. This was a gift from my sister 5 or 6 years ago or so. Fisher Space Pen, the design used by the astronauts. It's got the side release, just rock solid design, excellent craftsmanship, just a wonderful pen. This Air Force advertising pen I have had decades. Again, uses the Parker refill. I've been through several refills in it. This is all metal. It's very heavy, very solid. No extra play in turning it to advance the ink. Just a great pen. Another 701. I'm sorry, 301. This is a great writing pen. I'm on my second refill in it, and another pens I always have with me is one or two throwaway pens from a misprint lot I bought off eBay. I got like 175 of them for $20-some. I carry those when I need somebody else to sign something, so I don't have to hand them my pen. I just hand them one of those misprints and say, oh, here's a pen, just keep it. But this one actually is really nice, so I use it. Here's what a lot of those other, this is the standard, most common of the ones I get that I give to people when they have to sign something. This one looks really cool, but boy, is it low quality. It writes and it looks cool, so I use it. I bought 2 of these, super cheap. The other one fell apart already, and this one will. Every time I use it, I just know that might be the last time before part of it falls off. It's got a neat little feature here. It's got the little rubber thing for using on your phone. A screwdriver. You can turn it around. I wouldn't want to try to use it for anything important. This is another Fisher Space Pen. This is the one that I used the last 5 years I was in the military. I used this one. It's all metal, very solid. Uses Fisher Space Pen refill. Just a very nice utility pen. Parker Jotter, classic, solid, very well built. This is a last a lifetime pen. It's a classic. If you don't have a Parker Jotter, you should have one. Another Papermate Flare medium. And all these pens I rotate through, carrying with me. This is a Parker Sonnet. It's just a fancier pen than the Jotter, but I can't say it's any better. It just has a nicer finish and twist. Of course, uses the same ink, same Parker refill. This is just a freebie advertising pen. It's another one I'll use it till it falls apart. This is nice, a zebra pocket pen. It's got the little nub for use on the phone. I never use those, but some of my pens have them. Nice thing about this, it's real small, fits in your pocket easy, but when it's time to use it, you give it a pull, and now it's a full-size pen. And it's a zebra. Zebra refills write really well. And the last one's another zebra pocket pen. This is the F301 Compact. Pull it out, turned around, post it, full-size pen. And it comes with a ballpoint refill. When that was done, what I do is I take these gel refills, use them for a while. When they get down, when the ink gets down far enough, I cut it off to fit inside here. So I have the zebra gel refill in here. And those are my pens, and this was a response to Carrie sharing her pens. Thank you for watching.